Hey everyone, welcome here today. Really glad you could join us today. I know you've got all busy schedules, so we'll make sure this is worth your time. For those who are joining us for the first time, I'm Diana, part of PDFix team, and I'm today joined by my colleague Josef, and together we'll dive into automated PDF accessibility and seamless workflow integration. If you've been with us before, you know that at PDFix we are all about automation. We've packed our technology with as much automation as possible to make everything as easy as just a few clicks. So whether you are a developer, document specialist, or part of a team working towards compliance, you've likely faced the challenges of making PDFs accessible, whether it's tagging structures, alt tags, reading order, and more. And let's be honest, most of us would rather automate it than do it manually. So that's why we are here today. And in this webinar, Josef will walk you through PDFix SDK, automates complex accessibility tasks, integrates seamlessly into workflow without any disruption, and leverages JSON-based customization for precise PDF remediation. Plus, he'll demonstrate how to build custom accessibility workflows using Python scripts. So today, this will not be just a presentation. Josef will go through the real examples, so you can follow along and try yourself to see exactly how it works and how you can start using it right away. During the session, feel free to drop any questions or comments in the chat. We'll make sure to address them at the end of the session. So before we jump into this good stuff, a quick thank you for choosing to spend this time with us, and let's get started. Josef, it's yours.
Thank you, Diana, for invitation, and welcome everyone again. And a couple of words before we start the webinar. Until now, we have been focusing on functions that are usually available for the end users in the PDFix desktop, because vast majority of our clients and users are using or searching for an automation tools. We decided to show an example, which is I would not say really a developer's thing, because at the end of the webinar, you will see that the whole workflow and how you can work with the PDFix and accessibility to automate some fixes in the PDF UA. You will find out that it's really not a work for a developer. Maybe if you really have some technical skills with some scripting, very easy, you will find out that actually this approach is also available for you. We have prepared an example application, which is a very simple application. It's just for this presentation. I would encourage everyone who have access to some Python scripting, even during the webinar. I will now share the link to a GitHub repository where this project is available. So you can grab it right away, and during the webinar, you can follow my steps and you can try it on yourself, on your own, on your machines. If you will if you will have any questions from what you will see, actually, even during this upcoming few minutes, feel free to ask at the end. So I will now share the link in the QA. I hope everyone will see this. So feel free to download it right now, and we can start speaking about the example itself. The example is basically a very simple Python project, which contains just a few modules for execution of we have integrated a PDF validation module, which is running on Vera PDF. Basically, this project contains a Java validation module, which is this YAR file. It's a it's a YAR file built from Vera PDF directly from their GitHub repository. It's an open source, so actually you can build that, you can use it in your project. With this project, we have integrated this, and we will be using this in a form of a command line application. I will show you later how it's going to be done. For validation, this validation will be used for generating XML validation report and also HTML validation report. XML for processing, for automated checking of accessibility issues, and based on reported issues, we will follow up with the next steps, how to fix that. And for reporting, we will also generate the HTML report, which is a more user-friendly way of representing of issues listed in the PDF UA compliance. So you can actually use these reports, maybe send to the clients, maybe convert it to PDF, or actually it's up to you what you're going to, how you're going to use this report. In terms of working with PDF documents, we will have just a few functions. I will show that. Basically, everything will be all the whole project is covering a few steps. It's we will show up how automated PDF tagging will be done. We will not go too deep with automated tagging because we have been dealing with this stuff earlier, and in other webinars. We will be doing this PDF UA validation. I mentioned that. We will do automated fixes and also the mentioned validation reporting. So let's go to the project and I'll show you how it looks like. So we have a sample project. I'm not sure if we have to go through the whole startup of the project, building the virtual environment in Python. I believe that most of you understand what is necessary. If not, please check the README how to initialize the virtual environment and install the module for the PDFix SDK. I just want to mention that this project is available for all platforms: Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever matches to your project. So the main function we will execute on a single PDF document. Actually, very simple project. This example PDF document is an untagged PDF. I will show you how the PDF looks like. So as you can see, that this is like a very easy to handle document, no problem. But as you can see, it's not tagged document. So we will do the whole process of fixing from automated tagging, validation, fixing issues that remains after auto tagging, and then at the end we will see the validation report. If you validate this PDF in PDFix Desktop, you can see that it generates a Vera PDF, which is used also in PDFix Desktop, generates a report, and after clicking on each item in this report, you can see the information about the information about the issue that is in the PDF. Each issue is listed by the clause number. The clause number is basically a link to a document which is referring to the PDF standard. And basically there you can see under this clause number represent the chapter in the PDF standard, which is actually broken and why the PDF is not compliant. This clause number will be important because based on this clause number, we will identify which fix is necessary for a specific item. So for instance, in case of this untagged content, the solution is simply that to tag the document. But for instance, for the natural language into this means that the document doesn't contain document language specific document language, and also for instance, clause number 5 is missing PDF UA. I mentioned this clause number because I will reference this also in a project, and it will be important later. So let's take a look at the process of automated fixing. The first step is auto tagging. I mentioned that this is done completely by PDFix Desktop, PDFix SDK. Auto tagging, if you closer take a look at this function to auto tag PDF, very simple, no configuration, no template at all. Someone who would like to use a template, please take a look at our previous webinar. There you can find out more information about the templates, how to configure the how to configure the auto tagging process for a specific document layout or specific document type. So this is the first function, just a few lines of code, and your documents will be tagged. After that, we will proceed to the next step, and which is validation. Before validation, we will save the PDF to the disk, which means that our tagged version we execute a separate process which uses the Vera PDF YAR file, and the only information we need to pass into the process is a pass to PDF and HTML. If you take a closer look at the process itself, basically the process can be executed using a command line. We need Java to execute. There is a YAR file path, and there is a couple of parameters. For instance, flavor. The flavor defines the standard which is used for validation. In our case, we validate the PDF against PDF UA1. But if your PDF is of the version PDF2, then you can simply modify the flavor and use PDF UA2. Similarly to PDF UA standard, you can also validate with the WCAG. WCAG standard. For this, the flavor cannot be used, but actually you can provide your own profile. The profile can be found on the GitHub. You will see there is a link to a GitHub repository of Vera PDF where you can find all the information about the available validation profiles, and this will be used. Then we choose just the format, which is in our case XML and HTML, and the path to PDF. The validation script, I will not speak about too much about it, but basically the return codes and output of this execution will give us the full report in XML file as a standard application output. In case of any error, we can capture this error. In case of damaged PDF files or in case of some failure, you can control the process completely without any problems. Okay. So this was validation, and the next step will be fixing PDF UA clauses. Basically, the validation, as we did it in this project, the validation returns an XML, and I will show that in a second how it looks like, how the XML looks like. But the XML contains a set of failures that are also reported in PDFix Desktop, as you saw, and we will parse this output, and simply we will output a list of rules that were broken in terms of PDF UA compliance. These rules will be passed into a new function, which is PDF UA clauses, to fix PDF UA clauses. And basically, based on the rule and the clause number, we will generate a JSON file, which will be the configuration for execution of the action. Maybe I can stop here and I can start running the program so that you will see actually how it performs and what results we will get, so that you will see the complete output and how it will perform. So let's go back to our main file and we will go step by step. So running the project, we will just execute the main function with Python in Python environment. And so now we are here, we are going to auto tag the PDF. The first step is done. Then we're going to save the file. After saving the file, we have a new validate PDF. We can open this PDF document in PDFix Desktop so that we will see what are the differences in this document. As you can see, we have some tags here. The tag structure has been automatically generated. We don't care about the structure right now, but we will run the validation and we will see what remaining issues we have. We see that there is a missing language. There is a missing preference for displaying document title, and there is a missing PDF UA reference in the metadata. Basically, we have just three issues left in the PDF document, all these issues can be fixed fully automatically. We don't need any specific parameters or any manual checks. We can simply do this right away. So now, after running the validation, we will execute Java in the background. Execution of Java is designed in such a way that it runs the validation twice. In this case, we want to generate an XML, which is this file. This XML report lists all the issues. This is a standard output of Vera PDF. If you are familiar with Vera PDF, you will always see this kind of output. This output defines a rule, specification, clause, the number of tests. Actually, in this case, test number 1, but actually the number of tests can be different. And for each rule that is broken, we have a list of issues and references in the document which object is failing. I will show you the other format. In case of HTML output, you will see this type of output. And here you have it's a more readable form, but basically the same data. We have the clause number, we have the ISO standard, which is used for validation, and this is the reference to object which failed in the document. Sometimes it's good to read this the path to this object, because especially in case of problematic structure elements in the tag tree, this path defines the full path to the structure element. I will show you how it can look like in PDFix Desktop, but PDFix Desktop allows you to take a look at the individual items and navigate you directly to the problematic structure element or content or annotation. So basically, depending on the type of job object, you can easily navigate to the problematic part of the document. So now that we have validated our document, we have also the list of issues that remains, and the list of issues we have in this output. Basically, we have these problematic parts. As we can see, we have a clause 7.1, number 5, and 7.2. These are the clauses that we referenced in PDFix Desktop, and basically we will fix these issues right now. So let's go into the fix actions procedure. We will just prepare an empty array, which is the list of all actions that will be executed. And now, based on the rule, we will go through each rule. So this rule is clause number 7.1. So for clause number 7.1, we will add into a configuration JSON for fixing process only this small piece of JSON, which represents the fix for displaying document title. This fix will be then executed using PDFix Desktop again later, and basically it does not need any configuration, no parameters. It's just a fix that is actually doing some modifications in the document object structure, nothing more. Similarly, for the language, we will add this piece of JSON, which is speaking about which defines the PDF UA standard and the part number to be set in the metadata. As you can see, we have some parameters here. Some functions or some actions may have these parameters to modify or to specify modify the default values that are commonly used in these actions, and it will help you to define your own values. So for instance, if you have some other program to determine the document language, you can use that for filling in the language in the set language actions and so on. Similarly, if you know that you are processing the collection with, let's say, Arabic text, you can use a different language by default. So it's up to you how to control these parameter values, but at the end of this function, we will have a JSON file, and this JSON file looks like this. The JSON file, this is the JSON file which defines the set of actions that must be executed in PDFix Desktop using the so-called PDS command object. in the PDFix. I will show you how it can be done, but the structure of these actions is defined this way. And at the end, I will show you the available actions which you can put into the process. We have a number of actions that are available, basically all functions in the PDFix desktop, which you can see in the PDF documents all over the windows here, or in terms of accessibility, we have a number of actions that are available. All these actions are available also as commands that can be executed completely using this script or using the PDFix SDK. Okay, so let's move on. We have a JSON, we have a PDF to fix, so we can run the fixing action, and it's this one. So once we have our document fixed, we will again save the PDF to a tagged PDF as a tagged PDF. Let's open it. Okay, so now we have again the same structure. Let's validate the PDF. Okay, no issues were left. So for this document, we have fixed all issues that remained in the document after auto tagging. This way, you can combine any other, basically, this way you can fix a lot of other issues in your PDF documents. At the end of the whole process, we can run the validation again to make sure that everything was running correctly and our result is clear. So let's take a look at the tagged XML. The text XML is just an XML. Maybe more readable way would be to take a look at the HTML. And as you can see, actually also the validation report show that this PDF passed the PDF UA validation. So we're done with the project. I will show you now which actions are available and where you can find the references to all actions that could be available. So if we go to PDFix SDK, the web is somehow slow, but never mind. We have batch actions under the PDFix SDK support, and these batch actions define all available actions that can be executed in the PDF document. We have a number of actions, as you can see, that from setting just a PDF UA standard, we can fix tags, we can fix lists, we can fix annotations, we can set the PDF version, set language, set title, and so on. So all these actions are available for processing, and I will show you how to take a look. For example, in case of annotations, if we want to set the content of the annotation, each action has an example in the documentation, and also there is a list of parameters that can be used. For instance, what type of annotations can be you want to fix. In case of links, you can use a regular expression to format your to define the annotation types that you want to modify. The alt type defines what type of text you want to use for annotation contents. You can define your own custom text. You can grab the text from inside of the annotation bounding box, very often used for link annotation, or you can use the action destination. So for instance, if the link points to page number 2, there will be text in this is a link to page number 2 or something like that. So there are other parameters that can be used. I will not speak too much about these actions. Basically, it's up to you to take a look at these actions, and simply based on the clause that you will see in the validation report, you can actually use the appropriate action. So I think we went through the whole project. As you could see, that it's nothing complex, and actually I encourage everyone to try it. And of course, after this process, you may not get a fully accessible PDF document and compliant, but you really can get rid of many issues, and the time for processing of the document in manual during the remediation afterwards can really be shortened, and and you will see actually the benefit of this tool actually is clear. Yeah, that's all from me. We did it in very short time today, but so now if there are any questions, Diana, it's up to you. You're mute. Diana, you're mute.
Again, yeah. Thank you very much. It was packed with great insights. And yeah, now it's the time. If you have any questions, please send them in and we'll make sure to get them answered. And I think I already saw some of the questions, so let me just very quickly get to them. Yeah, the first question is the automation tool available for other programming languages? Which platforms can be covered? Joseph. Yeah, I think there might be some problems with the connection. Let me just very quickly check. Yeah, we can wait a little bit. And
okay.
yeah, he's back.
Yeah, sorry, my network slowed down. I saw you have all your words, but actually in a very slow way. So I hope we are back. Can you hear me now? Well.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Do you want me to repeat the question or
yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, so yeah, there was a question if the automation tool is available for other programming languages and which platforms can be covered.
Yeah, the programming languages, any type of programming language which is currently available with PDFix SDK. So we present it in Python, but the same can be done with C++, Java, .NET, JavaScript, and the platforms same as PDFix Desktop, which means Windows, Linux, and Mac OS.
Yeah. How to determine the right action and parameters to address other validation classes?
I think this question was answered previously. Just take a look at the PDFix batch actions on our website, and we will be right now. There are no references between the clause number and the action in our documentation. However, we will soon introduce a kind of a reference. We will reference each action which clause can be addressed. The clause number is defined by PDF standard, so we will update our documentation where you will find which action can be used to address a specific problem in the PDF document. Some, as I mentioned, not every action can be done in a general way, which means that some actions really require some customization and are not suitable for fully automated process without any human interaction. In case of these actions, these actions actually are recommended to be used either through PDFix Desktop or simply if you have any development team that can address the more specific tasks, then it could be a solution. I saw a question, what is the PDF page limit? Basically, we did not find any problems with processing with the PDF documents, even with more than 1,000 pages. So I think the biggest document we processed was about 12,000 pages. It took a while, but actually it was processed. Actually, you can imagine that it may require some a little bit higher resources like memory and so on, but actually yet we didn't find the limit in processing. Typically, the documents really go up to 1,000 pages. Rarely we have larger document files from our customers. Yeah, just try it. You will see actually how it can perform. The PDFix SDK also allows you to use progress monitoring, and in case such implementation is necessary, using so that you would like to see some progress during auto tagging, send us an email. We'll provide you in a code example how the progress monitoring can be used and how you can see the progress of auto tagging. There is a question. We have a problem with duplicate MCID in PDFix Desktop Pro. It's not related to our webinar, but actually we have identified the problem in one of the previous version. And if there is any remaining problem in the latest version, please send us an email and the PDF will take a look at it, of course. Is there any sample code how to create bookmarks and table of contents? Good question. We can take a look at the PDFix actions, especially for bookmarks. If your document contains headings, and if there are headings in the document structure, in the tags, you can use a create bookmarks action. So if the bookmarks are missing, just add this kind of JSON into the PDFix into actions JSON. And using this JSON, the PDFix will automatically generate bookmarks based on headings. So if this way of generation bookmarks is suitable for your PDF documents, then you're good to go and just use it in the script, and you will get a PDF with bookmarks. Okay. I don't see any other questions. Diana,
yeah.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, well, I would just say that if anything else comes to your mind, or we will see any other questions, we will answer them by email, or don't hesitate to get in touch with us through email, and we will make sure to answer your questions. I would just say there was many questions about the webinar recording, so make sure you check your inbox, because you'll receive the webinar recording after the session, and there will be also links that Josef was showing and working with. And yeah, it will be available on PDFix website under webinar section, but also on our PDFix YouTube channel. So that was just information about the recording, and feel free to try everything what we covered today. You can download free version of PDFix SDK on our website. So
Then I just found some other questions from just popped up. So let me summarize it. There was a question if the PDF can be exported to XML and edited, then reconstructed. Basically, this is not something what PDFix have. The reconstruction of the PDF is not available with using external format. The SDK contains a set of functions to edit, to modify the PDF content, page assembly, links, edit links, remove, add links, and so on. So there is a lot of functions that can be used to how to edit, manipulate the PDF, the content or the document itself. If you have any specific function, just check out the examples in GitHub, or send us an email. We will provide you an appropriate example, or we will tell you how this can be done. Second question, which version license of PDFix SDK is needed for doing fixing in Python program? Accessibility in general is present in the PDFix SDK Enterprise. So I think that answers this question. If I provide a normal PDF and its XML content along with page number, XY position, each content of it, is it possible to automate the tagging tag PDF out of this input? I'm not sure if the meaning of this question is auto tagging with, let's say, predefined structure elements, like the positions of a specific elements. If so, then take a look at our previous webinar. We have solved this question in the previous webinar, which we took in February. It's a question related to template, and you will see how to define some predefine elements that you can use for auto tagging. Does the automation remove existing tag or add them? In this example, we used auto tag. Auto tag removes the whole previous structure, but it's not necessary. If you, again, I will reference the previous webinar, which we did in October last year, which was dedicated to fixing tagged PDF documents created in InDesign. InDesign is a tool which, without any add-ons or plugins, generate PDF documents that are tagged, but typically have some these PDFs have specific issues. This can be addressed directly with a specific set of actions. Take a look at this webinar, and you will see how to customize or how to build the JSON file for fixing accessibility on the tag documents, and you will see. This can be, if it can be executed on the whole directory of files, of course. This script was just an example how you can do it. Basically, if you modify the script to iterate through all documents in your directory, basically this can be called on any number of files that you have. Can you have the pull metadata from figures to make the alt texts? Again, the alt text has been solved partially on the webinar, which was dedicated for the InDesign documents. We have a couple of methods that we provide for generating alternate text for images, including AI approaches, and of course, including some actions that can be used. Basically, if you take a look at our previous webinars, you will find the answers how to set the alternate text for images. That's all I found, Diana.
Yeah,
so
I don't see any other questions.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, as we mentioned, feel free to try everything we covered. And that's a wrap for today. So thank you so much for joining us. And I hope to see you at our next webinar.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a good day, everyone.